今天的记者会即将正式开始，请各位来宾以及媒体朋友就座，谢谢。Ladies, gentlemen, guests, friends from media, please take your seats. Our press conference will start very soon. As a courtesy, please turn off your mobile phone or set it into silent mode. Thank you.
Everything begins with creation. The mother machines, forged from the sparks of metal, have unleashed our imagination and given birth to different manufacturing. The power of machines is relentless. We believe in Taiwan, which collaborates on every effort to envision a smarter future for machine tools, ever expanding to infinite possibilities. Because of you, we can step forward. Because we are resilient and intelligent. The Taiwan Machine Tools engine will continue to motor. Be a part of the very first TIMTOS and TMTS mega show. Meet us in February 2022.
现场贵宾、媒体朋友，还有全球正在线上观看的全球媒体观众朋友，大家好！欢迎大家共同参与由经济部国际贸易局所主办、由外贸协会执行的 TIMTOS and TMTS 2022全球记者会。2022年的 TIMTOS and TMTS 工具机联展，作为疫情复苏之后指标性的工具机专业展，将在明年2022年的2月21号到26号，在南港展览馆1馆、2馆来盛大举办。今天非常荣幸邀请到 TIMTOS and TMTS 展览的主办单位外贸协会、机械工会，还有工具机工会，还有代表指标参展企业的重量级嘉宾，来与我们共同进行讨论。Hello, friends from the press around the world here and online today. We believe you are all excited about next year's TIMTOS and TMTS and can't wait to know what's coming at the show and the latest industry trends. It's a pleasure to have many distinguished guests here with us today. The organizer of today's press conference, Cynthia Jiang, Director General of Bureau of Foreign Trade, MOEA, 经济部国际贸易局姜文若局长，请局长和我们全球的媒体还有现场的媒体观众朋友打声招呼，谢谢局长。And the organizer of TIMTOS and TMTS 2022, James Huang, Chairman of TTGroup, 中华民国对外贸易发展协会黄志芳董事长，谢谢黄董事长。And Larry Wei, Chairman of TAMI, 台湾机械工业同业工会魏灿文理事长，欢迎魏理事长，谢谢理事长。And Harbor Xu, Chairman of TMBA, 台湾工具机及零组件工业同业工会许文宪理事长，谢谢许理事长。And our industry giants, also the heavyweight exhibitors of the show, Jimmy Zhu, Chairman of Fairfriend Group, 友家集团朱志阳总裁，欢迎朱总裁。And 严瑞雄 CEO of TTGroup, 东台集团严瑞雄董事长，欢迎严董事长。欢迎今天所有的与会贵宾，欢迎大家。首先，让我们欢迎经济部国际贸易局姜文若局长致辞，欢迎姜局长。First, let's welcome the organizer of this press conference, Cynthia Jiang.
Let me take my mask off for the opening remark. James Huang, Chairman of TTGroup. Larry Wei, Chairman of TAMI. Harbor Xu, Chairman of TMBA. Also here with us, we have Jimmy Zhu, Chairman of Fairfriend Group, and also Rui-Xiong Yan, CEO of TTGroup, and Lenore Lin, CEO and President of TTGroup. And ladies and gentlemen here with us, and also who are watching the press conference online, warm greetings to all of you. It is my great honor to be here for the TIMTOS TMTS 2022 Global Press Conference on behalf of Bureau of Foreign Trade, MOEA. next year, we are going to have this very big event. We know that machine and machine tools are very important for the development of a variety of industries. It plays a very important role for the development of manufacturing industry and also national economic development. We have a very comprehensive and high efficient manufacturing ecosystem here in Taiwan, ranging from components, molding products to complete products. We have the suppliers and also very complete supply chain here in Taiwan. We have these products used in national defense, aerospace, automobile, precision machinery, and also mold products. If you say that machines are very important for different kinds of industries, machine tools really is an integral part of the machine industry. We also have a very flexible and comprehensive supply chain of machine tool here in Taiwan. So that's why we can really provide our clients the products that they need. We are also exporting our products to the US, Japan, and also machine tool leading countries. And for the past 10 years, we actually see the annual growth of the machine tool industry for 3.3%. And the total production value of the machine industry, according to the research of Int'l, will be more than 1 trillion NT dollars. For 2023, it will come to about 1.3 trillion NT dollars. And of course, it is very important for Taiwan's exports. For the first 10 months this year, from January to October, compared with that of last year, we have seen an impressive growth of the machine tool and machine exports by 28.5%. Of course, the pandemic is still raging in the world, but we see a great demand for machine tools, not only here at home, but also abroad. So while we are embarking on the path of smart manufacturing, we definitely see a very rosy picture for Taiwan's machinery industry. In the face of the impact of the pandemic, how do we help Taiwan companies expand their reaches in the overseas markets? That definitely is the mission of my bureau. By working with TITRA, we are using a variety of digital tools for the companies to do marketing. So this year we have launched a 360 online trade meetings. So buyers who joined the trade meetings feel like they are actually in the factory. They could see the production line. We are also doing some films, some videos to bring these buyers to get to know Taiwan's companies better. And also we are streaming these videos on social media platforms like LinkedIn and also Twitter. Also next year during the show, we will also be launching the Global Sourcing Trading Forum. TIMTOS and TMTS used to be held in Taipei and also Taichung respectively. They are growing every single year. And for next year, thanks to the Vice Premier, Wen-Hsien, and also due to the joint discussion by Chairman of TAMI and also Chairman of TMBA and also the industry giants from Fairfriend and also TTGroup, we are actually putting the two shows together next year. Everyone, you probably see a lot of challenges brought by the pandemic, but also see a lot of opportunities. I hope we can seize the opportunities to expand your business. And I would like to wish TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 next year every success. Thank you very much, Director General Zhang.
Received a question from you from America. If visitor from overseas want to come to join, is there any other requirement? 这是来自美国的媒体想要询问一下，外国访客如果来到什么条件呢？我们请局长来帮我们解惑一下。
好，既然是这个 question from the United States, I'm going to respond.
是美国媒体的提问，我用中文来回答。
COVID-19 has weighed heavily on global trade and also global travel. As we are moving into the year 2022, this pandemic is still lagging around us. And as you see that these all poses a lot of threat to the public health, especially lately, other than the Delta variant, we are still facing a new kind of variant, the Omicron. Moreover, if we compare Taiwan with other countries, the percentage of people in Taiwan getting fully vaccinated, the percentage is really quite low. So that is why existing border control is still very necessary. And this is one of the key measures, one of the key strategies to protect Taiwan against the pandemic threat. Well, my ministry, the Ministry of Economic Affairs, is fully aware of these unintended inconveniences caused by this current entry regulations. In particular, the inconvenience is having some trouble to the business traveler who want to come to Taiwan to promote trade. However, we will continue to communicate with our CECC, which is the Center for Epidemic Command Center, for possible options, and also we will collaborate with other agencies through our interagency communication platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director General Zhang.
商务游客呢，能够用更方便。
Taiwan machine tool industry has played a vital role in Taiwan's economic development. Manufacturers are all ready to shine at TIMTOS and TMTS mega show. Now, let's welcome James Huang, Chairman of TITRA, to give us a remark in his preview of TIMTOS and TMTS 2022. 接下来，让我们欢迎中华民国对外贸易发展协会黄志芳董事长致辞，掌声欢迎黄董事长。
Dear friends from the international machine tool community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and welcome to the press conference for the joint exhibition of TIMTOS and TMTS 2022, a very special show. TITRA, TAMI, and TMBA will host in 3 months. As many of you know, TIMTOS, the Taipei International Machine Tool Show, was held online this year due to the pandemic. And TMTS, the Taiwan International Machine Tool Show, was also held online in 2020. And the feedback we received from putting the 2 shows online were tremendous. Everyone from around the world could still see Taiwan's latest machinery offers, even during lockdown and quarantine. As we continue to recover from COVID, in 2022, we will host the 2 shows in a physical-digital hybrid format. These 2 major events will be held together at the same time with over 900 exhibitors and 5,200 booths. TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 will be a mega event, the largest show in Taiwan since the COVID outbreak, and one of the most important events in the global machine tool industry. The pandemic challenged every sector of the economy, and machine tools were no exception. But with challenges came new opportunities. There is a fundamental change happening in how we use energy and how we travel on wheels. the transformation of the automotive industry from internal combustion engine to electric drivetrain is a challenge, but also an opportunity. Demand for legacy parts, such as engines and gearboxes, will gradually go down. But demand for new types of machine parts will continue to go up. The adoption of new automation technology can also bring some challenges, but there are massive long-term benefits enabling smarter, greener, more flexible, and efficient operations. AI and 5G connectivity will also play major roles in value creation. Digital tools will enable advanced machine performance and overall equipment effectiveness. New ways of communicating, controlling, and monitoring equipment will give rise to new services and business models. The pandemic accelerated digital transformation in all industries, and advanced digital services will gradually become the norm in manufacturing. TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 will bring together major exhibitors from Taiwan and around the world to present the latest industry trends and offers. They include Fairframe Group, 友嘉集团 TTGroup, 东台集团 Harbor, 哈伯精密 High Wind, 上银 PMI, 银泰科技 Victor, 台中 台中经济 YOM, 隐汉科技 and Delta, 台达电 Mitsubishi, and Siemens. As we continue to navigate through the pandemic, our physical exhibition will be held according to the guidelines of Taiwan CDC. For international visitors to the show, there's a process available for individual applications in compliance with Taiwan border control. In addition to the physical showcase, we have a big lineup of hybrid events, including online exhibition, on-site guide for online visitors, live showground tour, live stage product launch, sourcing Taiwan procurement meetings, and media eye on TIMTOS and TMTS. We have a video of how the online exhibition powered by BOFT will look and work. Here is how. So, no matter where you are in the world, we make sure that you can always participate in our hybrid exhibition. So, mark your calendars for February 21st to 26th. We look forward to hosting you in Taipei and online. Together, let's build a better future. In the meantime, please stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Huang. Thank you for your presentation. 请董事长留步. We also have received a question for you from the media in Spain. They would like to know how to maximizing the benefits from the joint exhibition. 来自西班牙的媒体想询问一下黄董事长，这一次 TIMTOS and TMTS 的联展如何能够发挥最大效益？请教黄董。
Right, as I just mentioned, this is a special show where two of the major machine tool exhibitions in Taiwan will be held at the same time. It's going to be a mega event for the international machine tool industry. And we have over 900 exhibitors from Taiwan and around the world showcasing their latest offers. And to make sure everyone will be able to get the most out of this mega event, we will use digital technologies to provide visitors services in a physical and virtual hybrid format. We have an online exhibition available on our show website, and we are providing on-site tour guides for our online visitors. And we will be live streaming from the show floor. And we also live stream new products, launch demos for the show stage. And we are arranging one-on-one business meetings on the Sourcing Taiwan platform. And we also have the media eye on TIMTOS and TMTS throughout the show week. So please, don't miss it. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Chairman Huang. 请黄董暂时回座。Next, let's welcome Mr. Larry Wei, Chairman of TAMI, to say a few words for us. 接下来，让我们欢迎机械工会魏灿文理事长来为我们说几句话。有请魏理事长。
Director General Zhang of BOFTA, and also Mr. Huang, Chairman of TITRA, Mr. Xu, Chairman of TMBA, Mr. Zhu, and Mr. Yan, dear friends, good afternoon. Welcome you all to the 2022 TIMTOS and TMTS press conference. As you can see, it's getting cooler in Taiwan, but here we can still feel very warm. We are not afraid of the cold because we're all so excited. And through this joint exhibition, we really hope that we can set up a beautiful platform for companies and manufacturers of the machine and machine tool industry in Taiwan and allow the entire world to see. And you may also know that the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has really impacted every aspect of our lives. And the past 2 years, TIMTOS and TMTS were forced to be canceled. But we were knocked down, but we're not knocked out. Just like the previous speakers have mentioned, this year, our machine industry, as of the end of November, our growth compared with last year has grown by 30%. And we are very optimistic that this year, our machine industry will exceed not just $1 trillion, but actually $1.2 trillion. That is truly a remarkable achievement. Can you all put your hands together for our Taiwan's machine industry? So for the exhibition, just like the previous speaker have mentioned, there are close to 920 companies taking over 5,200 booths. And again, against the backdrop of the pandemic, I can say this confidently that this is definitely the biggest exhibition, not just in Taiwan, but maybe in the world. So I would also like to thank all the participants for coming together. We have been building up to this over the past 2 years. We've built up so much momentum, and it is an opportunity for us to shine now. As you may know as well, smart manufacturing has become a key development point around the world, and smart machinery also plays an important role. So since 2017, our association has worked closely with the government and other institutes to really develop smart machinery and smart manufacturing. So we've worked in IoT, in visualization of information, and we are now also launching a smart machine cloud platform. And we actually launched and announced the results. And we've seen over 200 companies signing up and registering on the platform. And with the support of the government, our cloud platform is now officially in operation. And it is really building a highway for different companies to come together. And we are confident that you can all see the results from this cloud-based platform in the exhibitions next year. And we believe that the machine tool industry is bouncing back steadily. And let's encourage each other, let's support each other so that our industries can win over even more market share in the international arena. And our export this year is about $32 billion US dollars. And let's aim for $35 billion. And again, even though COVID-19 is still lingering, and we just now have this new Omicron variant, it's very hard to pronounce, a mouthful. We had thought that the pandemic was tapering, but it was truly unexpected that a new variant would come along. So it's truly a headache, especially we were just hoping, just like Ms. Zhang and Mr. Huang had said, we were looking forward to having foreign guests coming to our exhibition. But if the pandemic is still going and we still have such tight restrictions here in Taiwan, I don't think any friends from abroad would like to come anymore. But I also understand that the Central Epidemic Command has to look at the big picture, and we cannot put the general public of Taiwan at risk. We do not want to stir up fear. So I know it's truly a dilemma. However, we still have 2 months to go before the kickoff of the exhibition. I sincerely hope that scientists, medical experts from around the world can come together and develop, whether it's vaccine or oral medicine, we can find a way to stop the spread of virus so that our Central Epidemic Command can maybe think about loosening the restriction and create a win-win situation that we can allow foreign guests to come into Taiwan without risking the general public's health in Taiwan. Let's all hope that the pandemic will go away and we can all do business together. So let's pray to God, pray to the heavens. Please, please, no more, no other variants. Hopefully, the pandemic will be under control within the next month, hopefully. So let's all pray together. And people have also been talking about the carbon tax that is scheduled to start in 2023 and the concept of ESG about energy, carbon reduction, corporate governance, and so on. So, of course, we are not going to lag behind, just like TT and FFG. In their annual reports, they have all included ESG in their internal reports. So we can see that leaders and giants in Taiwan's machine and machine tool industry, we are all understanding the significance of ESG, and we're all going to work together to leave a better future for our future generations. And last but not least, I wish our exhibition every success. I wish you health and happiness. And as the New Year is approaching, also give you a Happy New Year in advance. Thank you. Please stay on the stage as well.
There's also a question for you from a media in Germany. They would like to know what are the main technologies and features that Taiwanese machinery and equipment manufacturers are currently implementing? Or are there any support programs or special clusters in Taiwan for sustainable product development? Or rather, how is sustainable product development currently being implemented? 这是来自德国的记者想询问说，台湾目前的金属加工正在关注的主要技术是什么？那么台湾是否有针对任何产品开发的支持计划？还有这次展览可以观察到的技术趋势是什么？我们请魏理事长来帮国际朋友解答一下。
好，谢谢。
Thank you. It is a very good question. And as I've mentioned in my talk, in recent years, our association has been promoting the idea of smart machinery and smart manufacturing. So now, if you look at all the machines in Taiwan, we all have this consensus that we need to move more towards smart manufacturing and smart machinery. And we have to also take into consideration extreme weathers and sustainability. And so we are all working together to reduce carbon emission. I believe that smart machine and smart manufacturing can also help us create a greener, better future. It is a challenge that we're facing, but it's also an opportunity. Just like Mr. Huang said, a crisis is always a good opportunity. So a lot of the companies in this industry in Taiwan, we're all SMEs. And they have relatively limited resources compared to other multinational companies. However, with the support of the government, we were able to launch a cloud-based platform, and we were able to visualize our information. And we are continuing to work with the government and a multitude of research institutes so that we can all engage together. We can learn from multinational companies. A lot of the multinational companies already have their own cloud. And it's hard for us to go against them individually, separately. And that's why we're coming together with the support of the government, academia, and we're launching this cloud-based platform. And this interface, it's open, and it is also very compatible, very international. And with this cloud-based platform, I'm sure that we can be more competitive in the international stage. So thank you.
请魏理事长暂时回座。Now, let's welcome Harbor Xu, Chairman of TMBA, to give us a remark. 让我们欢迎工具机工会理事长许文宪理事长为我们说几句话。欢迎许理事长。
Ms. Zhang of BOFT, Mr. Huang of Taitra, Mr. Wei of TAMI, Mr. Zhu of Fairfriend, and Mr. Yan of TTGroup, distinguished guests, journalists, friends, good afternoon. So, we can all stand together here. I have to admit that I'm quite nervous because in the past, our TMTS is held in Taichung, but now we're moving to Taipei and having this joint exhibition. It's truly an honor, but it's also quite hard. But again, I'm very happy to be here. And I'm here to talk to not just people who are here, but also audience watching online in this press conference for TIMTOS TMTS 2022. So TIMTOS TMTS This is a joint exhibition, and it is organized by TITRA, by TAMI, and TMBA jointly. And it is truly significant. And I would also like to take this opportunity to really say thanks to our Ministry of Economic Affairs, to our minister, deputy ministers, all the government officials. And I would really like to thank them for their effort. And I'm sure that we are going to create a synergetic effect. It's going to be 1 + 1 greater than 2. And I would also like to say thanks to the journalists attending today, whether you're here or online. And as you may know, logistics, sea shipment, and raw material prices have posed a multitude of challenges to our industries. However, we can say for sure that we are moving now against the backdrop of all these challenges. We're moving more towards smart manufacturing, and we're incorporating technologies such as IoT, AI, and 5G. And we are investing more in both hardware and software. And as the birth rate is rapidly declining in Taiwan, it is posing a lot of national security and economic issues for Taiwan. And as labor costs continue to rise as well, we now rely more than ever on the development of automation and smart manufacturing. And now, as the development of new machine tools and machines continue, we are going to incorporate more and more IoT, smart detection, and other applications. And during the exhibition next year, I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of brand new products. And so please stay tuned. I'm sure that you won't be let down. You will be pleasantly surprised. And if we look at some numbers, the total value of our machine tool industry in Taiwan is close to $4 billion US. Our export is about $2.8 billion. So that's about 30% growth compared with last year. And we are also exporting more, growing positively to other countries, such as mainland China, the USA, and Turkey. And we've been exporting more to these countries with a growth rate between 15 to 48%. So despite all these challenges, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, our industry was able to break through all the waves, all the challenges, and grow despite all the challenges. So I'm very optimistic and looking forward to the development next year, because I know that governments around the world are trying their best to bring about economic recovery. They have introduced a number of different stimulus packages, investing heavily in infrastructure and energy production. And we can see an explosion of purchasing orders coming along next year. So with the outbreak of COVID-19, and we also have this new variant. Again, it's a mouthful, Omicron. And with this wave, actually, we are benefiting in some way from the outbreak of pandemics, because a lot of purchasing orders have been diverted to Taiwan as a result. Of course, I'm not saying that I wish the pandemic to keep going, but again, challenges often bring about opportunities. So we've seen an explosion of purchasing orders in 2021. And if we look at numbers established by AMT, as of the third quarter of 2021, purchasing orders for machine tools have grown by 53%. And so these numbers have been growing at a record-breaking pace, We've seen more and more orders coming out of the United States and EU. And so, judging from the international demands on machine tools and machine accessories, I am very optimistic about next year's growth. Actually, I think that our industry can grow another 20 to 30% in 2022. So we are getting orders, and we have purchasing orders locked down till the Q2 of next year. So that's impressive. But another reminder, in the past year or two, our currencies, especially with the growth of semiconductor and chip industries, our currencies have been appreciating, and that's a good thing. However, if we look at Japan, Korea, and mainland China, we have to really stay with them. Specifically, Japan, they are our fiercest competitor. The Japanese yen has been depreciating. So if their depreciating is depreciating, their Japanese yen is depreciating, and our Taiwan dollar is appreciating, that is going to create more pressure on us. And again, we have to be price competitive. If the Japanese yen continues to depreciate and our currency continues to go up, we are going to face an uphill battle. So it's something that we have to pay attention to as well. And also, as we face climate change around the world, governments around the world are now also promoting the idea of carbon neutrality. And we are seeing that idea implemented in not just consumer electronics, but also in machine tools. So carbon neutral, it is a future trend. And we're not just doing it just to cater to the needs of customers. We need to do it in order to survive. So we need to remember that as well. And the electrification of cars, automobiles, it is also a very obvious trend that is coming along. And the production process of EVs is different from internal combustion engine cars. So different parts will need to be produced, different production processes will have to be utilized. And that, of course, poses a lot of opportunities for companies such as TTGroup and Fairfriend Group and a number of other manufacturers in Taiwan. So again, I hope that the TIMTOS and TMTS 2022 joint exhibition, again, it's going to be held from February 21st to 26th in 2022, and it is going to be held at Nangang Exhibition Center, Hall 1 and Hall 2. I'm sure that it's going to be very successful, and I would really sincerely like to extend my warmest welcome to all friends and journalists and distinguished guests to come to our exhibition next year. And again, thank you all for your support. I wish our exhibition every success. I wish you health and happiness. And also, just like Mr. Wei said, New Year is coming up, but we also have Christmas, right? So Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas and thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Xu. There's also a question from media in Russia. They would like to know what percentage of the component base of machine tool industry is provided by Taiwanese companies. 俄罗斯媒体想请教一下徐理事长，台湾零组件供应在全球工具机的比例为何？
Yeah, this is a question that I'm very good at. I have been asked for many times before. Taiwan is the 5th biggest exporting country and also the 7th biggest manufacturing country in the world. We depend a lot on other countries on components. However, this kind of a dependence rate has dropped to about 20%. That means that we are making headways in terms of quality and also price in the market right now. We are being very competitive. And also for the bearings and also coolants and also machines and other components. We are actually exporting these components to the US, to Japan, and also to these countries that are makers of complete machines. So in terms of that, we are actually exporting very high quality and competitive components to different countries. We're not only having our machines done with all the components manufactured independently here in Taiwan, we're also exporting components to some major countries like the US and also Japan and also Germany. And however, we are having a shortage of talent. We need more talent coming into the industry in the future.
And industry insights. We have also received some questions from the international media online for our distinguished guests, Chairman Zhu and Chairman Yan. 接下来，我们是不是请友嘉集团朱总裁能够上台，帮我们替国际媒体来回答一下问题 ？This is a question from a media in Hungary， 来自匈牙利的问题。They would like to know, has the machine tool market regenerated?
Very much for this question. We all know that last year, due to COVID-19 impact, the machine tool industries has shrunk by a very huge extent. However, this year, we are actually bouncing back, not only in the world, but also in Taiwan. Taiwan is in a very good position right now, I have to say. In terms of the development of the machine tool industry, are we back to where we were, like in 2018, the peak? Maybe not yet. It takes some more time. And also, I have to point out, every industry is different, that every country is different. So the progress might be different for machine tools. My company is having more than 50 factories in about 14 countries in the world. We are also having distribution channels in very different countries in the world. So in terms of the experience of Fair Friend, we're seeing China is actually leading many other countries in terms of the growth in the machine tool industry. You can even say it's having an explosive growth this year, like what Mr. Yan is doing, or the extruders and also the injection machines. Definitely. But we see this kind of general trend happening in China. And for sure, China is a very important market for Taiwan as well. And compared with China, I think Taiwan is doing very well, too. We are having a very rapidly growing domestic market here in Taiwan due to the development of the semiconductor industry, EV industry, and also healthcare industry. Those are actually the driving forces for the development of machine tool industry here in Taiwan. We have about 5 collaborated companies and also 6 brands here in Taiwan. They're all doing very well, especially in the first half. This year, they are seeing double-digit growth. And just like I said, SMK, that has been running businesses in Japan for many years. This year, in Taiwan, it's having a lot of purchasing orders from the semiconductor industry, probably in aerospace and also automotive products. It's having up to $1.5 billion of orders only from Taiwan. So this really shows the capacities and also business opportunities here in Taiwan. So I'm not going to talk too long here. I just want to emphasize that Taiwan is a very good and also strong market. And if we look at EU, because Fairfriend is also having factories in Europe. We have 8 brands in Italy. We have a brand in Hungary and also Switzerland. And in November alone, let me just give you the example of our brand, Mog, in Europe. In 2011, it was the 3rd biggest company in the world. However, this year, in November alone, it has had 3 very huge orders. Like one of it actually was more than 34 million euros. And another one from a car maker that was about $20 million. And 1 month before November, it was another 18 million euros from BMW. These are the orders from the EV industry, and another $48 million purchasing order probably from Volkswagen coming this year. So you see that our company is also growing with the development of the EV industry. Another industry sector that I want to share with you is the green energy industry. I think machine tool companies can also do very well there. And I would like to echo what Mr. Shi just said about the depreciation of Japanese yen. But for Taiwanese dollars, we are actually appreciating against depreciation of Japanese yen and also Korean won. And that also shows that the industry here, the economy here in Taiwan is growing. So for that, we should really give props to the Taiwan market. And for Fairfriend, we have 14 companies in Japan. They actually enjoy the benefits brought by depreciating Japanese yen. Not only these 14 companies under Fairfriend, we are also investing in different companies. In Japan, we have acquired 6 machine tool companies in Japan. And thanks to depreciation of Japanese yen, we are actually seeing our profits going up. And that's the same with Korean won. So for the chairman of Tommy and also for the chairman of TMBA, I think we are actually doing a very great job against all odds. We're doing so well. So definitely each industry will be different, especially for the aerospace industry. For Airbus, it was back by 80%. For Boeing, it was only back by around 50%. So they still have some long ways to go. However, in 2022, we see that the number of their orders probably would double compared with that this year. So just back to what I said in the beginning of my talk, every industry will be different, every country will be different, especially for semiconductors, for green energy. They are doing so well. They probably outperform they used to be before, but for aerospace, it probably still takes some more time. For consumer electronics, I think it's doing very well as well due to the online marketing and also the e-commerce market. So that's what I have to say for this question.
替我们回答国际媒体的问题。This is a final question from the media in India for Chairman Yan. For emerging industries like electric vehicle or wind power, how should machine tools be put into the global new market layout? 印度的媒体想询问，像是电动车或风电这样的新兴产业，工具机产业该如何布局？
I really have a lot of pressure following Chairman Zhu. It is a global company that he's running, but we are mostly based here in Taiwan. For the past few decades, we have been OEMs. We are actually have imported a lot of machines before, but right now we are developing this capability to manufacture machines by ourselves. But just like Mr. Zhu just said, we still see some imports coming into Taiwan. That means there's still room for improvement. I think back to your question, of course, automobiles are so important. Actually, it accounts for more than 50% of the machine tool. And with the decreasing auto industry, how much an impact it's going to bring to the machine tool industry, we are still guessing. We are still evaluating. In terms of engines, probably when there are more EVs in the future, there will be a significant decrease of engine cars. According to the statistics of Japanese bank, the decrease might go up to 60% is possible. So we are actually evolving a long time that machine tools are used to be incorporated in different products such as bicycles, motorcycles, to engine cars. Nowadays, even to EVs. So those are some pessimistic observations. However, we also see some opportunities. If you want your car to run in long distances, you want to make it as light as possible. So you will be producing your car chassis with aluminum to make it lighter. So you need more factories that could do that. So for like the company from the US, they could actually find a new way for their companies. They could cut their original materials to a huge extent. So how do you process these components? And that really is a question for the engineers, for all of us in the industry. How do we do that? How do we make this kind of products and components that could be used for automobiles? So, of course, there are many opportunities, I have to say, like the wheels, like the rings. China and also Taiwan make a lot of wheel rims. However, for EVs, you probably have to change your mindset a little bit. You will have to produce durable and also aluminum car rims that could be used for EVs. So even though we are seeing a lot of engine cars maybe gone in the future, but probably there will be needs for other components, and that reflect opportunities. So I really have to say, because Taiwan's supply chain is very flexible, it's very resilient, so we can sense the needs of the market, and then we can make adjustments very fast to cater to the needs of the market. So once again, I would like to extend my cordial welcome to all of you to visit our show. Next year, in February, you're more than welcome to pay a visit to TTGroup. We have a variety of latest products for you. You can have a look. I can give you a very comprehensive introduction. I guarantee you, you will learn a lot about our products by visiting to our booth next year.
For your participation, 2000 and 22 next year. Thank you. 接下来是我们领对外贸易发
So now we are going to welcome our 5 panelists to engage in our panel discussion. So let's welcome the chair of TAMI, TMBA, also Mr. Chu, chair of Fairfriend Group, and Mr. Yan, CEO of TTGroup. So we are going to ask the panelists to discuss how smart manufacturing can help our industry survive in a post-pandemic era. So the first question I would like to ask Mr. Huang from TITRA. So again, usually our TIMTOS and TMTS were held separately in Taipei and Taichung respectively. But in 2022, it's going to be held together. So what made you decide to have the exhibition together?